Hello, welcome to Ms. Amira Info. I'm Amira.
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm Zoe, Ellie's sister.
Okay, first have a seat. What is your reason for coming in today?
Actually, we are having an issue with our siblings regarding the appointment of the administrator for our father's estate.
Yes, and we would like to consult you about this matter.
Alright, sure. Can you tell me in detail what is your issue and your concern?
Our father, Mr. Sani, passed away 21st June 2020 and he died intestate. His surviving beneficiaries are both of us and another 4 remaining siblings. However, since he died intestate, we are now in conflict to appoint the administrator of his estate.
Is there any suggestion who is going to be the administrator of the estate?
Actually, she wants to be the administrator and she also opens for joint administration with other sisters as long as she is one of them. The problem is, my eldest brother, Johnny, also wants to be the administrator.
True, I think I'll do well in administering my father's estate since I've experience handling 100 employees as well as monitoring the account department. Also, I don't agree if Johnny becomes the administrator because he has bad behavior.
What do you mean by bad behavior? Can you elaborate that?
With that being said, Johnny can be very domineering. He always feels like he is always right and people's opinions are unacceptable to him. Other than that, Johnny is a violent person. He communicates harshly with people around him. He can be very stubborn too. Around 5 years ago, he was caught smoking in a non-smoking area and also for littering in a tourist area, for which he was fined by the local authorities. He also doesn't respect us and has been nasty toward us. While our parents were still alive, he went on social media and spreading rumors about us with no evidence that we were cheating on our parents. Is this the type of person who is suitable to be an administrator? I don't think so.
I see.
Now, I don't know what to do since Zoe and Johnny are fighting with each other in administering our father's estate.
Okay, in my experience, usually a person dies in this state, it is a responsibility of the court to determine the distribution of the deceased estate. This includes the appointment of the administrator.
But we don't have enough money to proceed to court since I am not financially capable like the rest.
Wait, Miss Amira, is there any other way for us without going to the court?
Okay, Miss Ellie and Miss Zoe, I understand your concern. There is another way to settle the dispute. We can go for ADR. ADR is much cheaper than the court proceeding.
ADR? I never heard of that. What's that?
ADR or alternative dispute resolution means settling dispute outside of the courtroom. Among of the forms of alternative dispute resolution, mediation and arbitration are the most common and popular.
So, which type of ADR is suitable in our case?
Okay, in your case, I would suggest you to go for mediation process because it gives assurance for both parties on confidentiality and also the process is informal and flexible. Legal counsel also is not necessary. Mediation generally takes less time to settle compared to court proceeding, which it is allow both parties to have a mediate solution.
So how do we proceed with the mediation?
Okay, you can fill up the mediation request form together with the processing fee RM100 ringgit and send it to the Malaysian Mediation Center MMC. Next, MMC will guide you on the next step.
Alright, thank you so much for your advice.
You're welcome. If you have further inquiry, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help you.
Sure, thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Anissa Kisti and I'll be your arbitrator for today. I'm glad both of you agreed to participate in mediation where it is flexible and private. So the purpose of our meeting is to help you work out an understanding acceptable to both of you to resolve the situation. Allow me to brief both of you on mediation. So it is a voluntary process where you are free to leave at any stage of the mediation. However, I am encouraging you to work through it together. I would like to explain how we will proceed. So firstly, I'll begin by asking each of you to explain to me your issues. Then I will try to identify the issues of the dispute. After that, we'll work together in examining the interests of both of you. Are there any questions?
No, thank you.
Oh yes, I would like to know your role as mediator.
Okay, basically, my role as a mediator is not to establish facts or decide who is wrong or right. I try to be neutral and impartial. So if any of you want to disagree on anything, please let me know. And regarding the process, I would like to ask both of you what has brought you here. So I'll be taking notes to understand more about the situation, and after this, I'll have a confidential session to understand more about the situation. Then we'll have a joint session where we move towards an agreement. So if possible, we will have a decision at the end of the session. So shall we start? I would like to hear each of you explain your perspective on this situation. So before that, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Johnny Rex. I am the eldest brother of the family, and I am currently working in a developer company as the head of human resources.
Okay, my name is Zoe. I'm working for my husband's company and I'm part of the top management of the company. I handle more than 100 employees and monitor to the account department as well. I do not have children as I'm married for less than a year. Even before my marriage, I became a senior manager in my husband's company.
Thank you for introducing yourselves. Well, I would like to identify the issues at hand and acknowledge the concerns, needs and interests of the both of you. So I also encourage both of you to raise any disagreements in order to resolve the dispute. So is it alright if we begin with Johnny? We'll hear from Zoe when Johnny is finished, and in case there are matters which you disagree as Johnny speaks, make note of them and explain your perspective on them when it's your turn. So Johnny, you may start.
Miss Kirsty, I would like to have possession of the deceased estate. This is because all this while, I am the one who manages everything in regards to financial and general affairs of the family, since I am the eldest child. I feel like I am responsible for that estate to be administered. Not only that, this is also because I have no trust and faith in my sisters, as they have cheated my parents regarding money before.
So your concern is that you feel like you deserve to be the administrator to prove to your relatives that you can do the job and administer the estate properly, right? And also because you claim that the sisters cheated their parents during their lifetime?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I think I understand the issues now. Thank you, Johnny. Zoe, would you like to explain to me the issues that bothers you?
Miss Kirsty, I would like to handle this matter by myself and I want to be the administrator for my father's estate. I also do not mind if my other sister want to join the administer the estate.
Oh, okay, I understand. So you would not mind if any of your other sisters join you in handling your father's estate?
Yes, I am open to suggestion for any of my other sisters to join me administer the said estate as long as I get to be the administrator too.
Okay, does any of you have any criminal records?
No, we do not have any prior summons against us or any criminal records.
So alright, now I would like to have a private session with each of you. Shall we start with Johnny?
Yes, sure.
Johnny, do you have any disagreements with Zoe's explanation?
Yes, I do. I don't think she is fit to be an administrator. From what I've seen, she can be very clumsy in managing things.
So why do you think she's not capable of being an administrator?
Because she's always been a troublemaker during her life. She's been getting into fights, and recently her marriage life was almost falling apart. And that is why I don't have faith in her to manage the estate. This can destroy all kinds of communication and procedure that is necessary in order to manage the estate. This is not a small matter, as this estate is the trust from our father, Mr. Sunny. Thus, I don't think she has the reliability to manage the estate.
Okay, I understand your concern. So are there any other issues?
And yes, Zoe and the other sisters cheated my parents before.
Okay, so Johnny, since you have brought up another issue, could you tell what would be the evidence of that matter?
Okay, well, Zoe has been caught stealing 500k from our parents without my parents knowing it. The money has been used for her husband's company, since the husband is almost bankrupt. Can you imagine how disappointed my parents were? The money was initially given by me to my parents to renovate the house terrace. She could have simply asked nicely from me or from my parents. From there, I knew she cannot be trusted at all. As for Ellie, she took around 10K from my mother saying that she needs money to run for her business. But the reality is she bought a designer handbag for her own satisfaction. For me, that is just absurd.
Okay, I understand. So are there any other issues that you would like to talk about?
Oh yes, I'm very angry that I was not appointed as the executor for my mother's will. I am also angry as the substantial assets were given to my sisters instead of me and my brother Andrew.
Okay, so I understand your concerns. So now, thank you Johnny for your explanation.
Okay.
I would like to invite Zoe for a private session now.
Sure, thank you.
Hello Zoe, would you like to disclose any issues pertaining to the dispute?
Yes, I think Johnny is not suitable to be an administrator due to his past summons and violent behavior. He often uses vulgar words whenever he has a conversation with others.
Okay, I understand. So are there any other issues?
He is also a bossy person. There was this one time when he was fined by the local authorities for smoking in a non-smoking zone and also for littering in a tourism area.
So I understand your concern. However, I would like to know if he paid for the fine.
Yes, he did around 300 fine.
Alright, so you still think that he's not fit to become an administrator even though he did not rebel and paid the fines?
I still think he does not deserve to be an administrator because
Are there any other issues you would like to tell me?
yes, Johnny has been nasty to my sister and I as he had spread rumors about us cheating both of our parents when they were still alive. He even spread these rumors online.
Whoa, that is quite hard to deal with. So I believe you have your reasons. Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
No.
Okay, thank you Zoe. I would like to invite Johnny for the session. Now, I would like to have the second joint session where we can discuss the options and alternative solutions between both parties and also focus on the needs and interests of the parties. So, I will try my best to assist and facilitate both of you to solve this dispute amicably and effectively. So, shall I start with Zoe?
Yes, sure. I would like to settle this issue if you agree to allow me to join you become the administrator for our father's estate.
Well, will you be fine if all of us administer it together?
Yes, I'm okay with it.
Great. I think you deserve to join and administer the estate.
Are you sure you agree with this?
Yes, but with conditions.
Okay, we have reached the settlement stage and both of you are required to sign the settlement agreement. Johnny, do you realize that when you sign this agreement, you must comply with the conditions given by Zoe? Also, do take note that this settlement agreement will bind both parties upon signing. So in the event that either both of you breached any term in the settlement agreement, the aggrieved party may sue the defaulting party for breach of the settlement agreement.
Yes, I realize and I agree with that.
Yes, I understand.
Alright, so both of you must sign the settlement agreement as proof that both of you have reached the settlement of this dispute. So I would like to say thank you to both of you for cooperating and signing this agreement.
Okay.